enjoy your club's season again. Every league game, home and away. There's a special video for every First Division club. The goals and exciting action. Then there's goals galore. 110 of the best and worst of the season. And race for the championship, the greatest ever, on one thrilling tape. Collect the Football League videos, official and exclusive.
World Sports Action presents the official Football League video, The Middlesbrough Story, 1988-89. The new Middlesbrough had only one season at the top, but they made their mark with some tremendous long-range goals, the best collection around. They got the taste, and now they'll be looking for a quick return. Let's replay Borough's season in the First Division. Coming in at Ayresome Park, Mark Brennan from Ipswich Town for £375,000. Going out, Brian Laws to Nottingham Forest for £120,000. Life in the First Division starts badly, with 3 defeats in a row, starting at the baseball ground.
Hit long by Sage. Typically neat work from Goddard. And Micklewhite trying to use the speed of Chidozie. And a mistake by Mowbray. Still Chidozie. And finally off the line by Parkinson. Chidozie, well found by Goddard. Here's Hubbard. And it's just over the top. Pez has come. Goddard! A goal for Paul Goddard on his debut for Derby. 5 minutes into the second half.
Very pleasant conditions. Rosario's header. Gordon's touch. Rosario! Didn't mess about with that. Just sat up beautifully for the left foot volley. Hamilton with the corner. Rosario half cleared it. Brennan. Mowbray. All the way! What a smashing goal. Very pleasant in the September sunshine. Here's Fleck. Off the bar. Well, Rosario has followed it in, but Fleck has claimed it, and I think it was probably over the line. Fleck's goal, 2-1. Rosario again, now Gordon. Well, that's 3-1. Who did it go in off? Brennan or Fleck? Either an own goal. I think maybe Fleck will claim it. Something for Middlesbrough to do here now. 3-1 down. Not a very good header. It's come to Burke. Oh, was that handball? Doesn't matter now. Middlesbrough pulled back to 3-2, half an hour to go.
United still goalless and still without a win after 2 league matches. Will it come against Middlesbrough? Mark Hughes close, but not close enough. Great things expected of Hughes and Brian McClare, the First Division's leading goal scorer last season, the two combining beautifully here, and a good finish as well from McClare, who to his amazement is adjudged offside. Relief on the way for United though. McClare chasing and winning possession, and now they're queuing up to provide a finish. United skipper Brian Robson arriving, and United off the mark at last. That's the result for Borough, no points and bottom of the table. A tough introduction. Their northeast neighbours Newcastle are down there as well, and will be for most of the season. But there's relief on the way at Ayresome Park, a victory at last against Wimbledon. That'll be followed by a trip to Tottenham.
Ripley, that's a good cross, it's over Phelan, and Gary Hamilton has the chance, and he has the goal. 7 minutes gone. An early ball in from Cork, and that's a terrific save by Pears. Played towards the near post, and Bernie Slaven, that's a big moment for him. His first goal in the First Division, and Tottenham are behind. Walsh, 5 minutes to go to half-time. Paul Allen, Waddle! And Spurs will feel a bit better at the break. Hamilton spotting the ball up and taking the free kick himself. And Middlesbrough have regained the lead, and it was Mowbray who beat Mabbott for the touch. Well, a big crowd here, very disappointed with what they've seen so far. But Middlesbrough really adjusting to life in the First Division. But Howells got the better of the goalkeeper. That was a very brave header indeed from the Tottenham substitute. What can Tottenham do now? It's Moran! And this is incredible. One substitute has scored, and the other now has gained a penalty from which Tottenham can win the game. Terry Fenwick. 3-2, they're in front at last, and at the right time.
There's a shock in the Littlewoods Cup. Borough are held at home by 4th Division Tranmere. And even worse is to follow in the second leg. Tranmere win it 1-0. But this season is really about the First Division. Coventry away and then West Ham at home give Borough the chance to start making an impact. First, a superb match at Highfield Road.
Exactly. Downs. It's a lovely surface to pass the ball on, and how nice it is to say that about Coventry, where the pitch had such problems last season. And David Smith giving Gary Parkinson a problem here. Good play by Smith, and Speedy picked up by the cross. We've had just 6 minutes, and Middlesbrough have gone behind to some authentic wing play by David Smith. He wrong-footed Parkinson and then produced the perfect cross, and Speedy angled the header past Pears. Well, Middlesbrough still coming to terms with life back in the First Division. And now they have to come from behind if they're going to get anything here at Coventry. Slaven. Ripley. Hamilton. Bernie Slaven through the centre. What a way to strike back. Within a matter of seconds. Coventry still caught up in the euphoria at the other end and allowing Slaven to go on and find a splendid shot. 1-1, 7 minutes gone, and that's really paved the way here for a fixture that might well be above the average. There's certainly that feel about it with these two early goals. Burrows with a free kick, and it's Middlesbrough's turn to try and remind themselves that they've got to be disciplined at the back. Burrows well forward again. Speedy got to it. My word, it was nearly a second. Burke. And Greg Downs came through the back of Slaven. Ripley took the free kick quickly, and Paul Kerr was close to rounding it all off. Very quick thinking by Ripley. Coventry caught flat-footed. Well, everyone except Grizovic. Ripley. Parkinson. And Middlesbrough roared on by some very enthusiastic travelling support. Well, Grizovic in command there against Mark Burke. Grizovic, who once scored a goal in the First Division, isn't too impressed with his own kicking and not with his own throwing then. And Slaven! Middlesbrough won the ball back. Bernie Slaven checks to see that he wasn't offside. He's got two, Middlesbrough have got two, and this one came from a bad throw by the goalkeeper. Ripley took it away from Smith. It flicked off Downs, and Slaven was there to pounce. Burke. Brennan. That was Kerr trying his luck. Hamilton. Pallister. Look at the number of players Middlesbrough have got forward. And Cyril Regis had to come back to help out. Well, on this evidence, you'd think that Middlesbrough were the settled side in the First Division and Coventry were the newcomers. Hamilton to take the corner. Middlesbrough 2-1 up. Came off Ripley. Slaven. Pallister! No. Well, the linesman obviously spotted a player in an offside position there as Coventry moved out, and the goal is ruled out. Slaven, good ball to Burke. And it was an interesting pass from Mark Burke as well. Not quite hit hard enough, but played into that area that's difficult to defend. Between goalkeeper and back line, and Mark Burke can try again. And Coventry a little worried about getting their tackles in, but they should have done, because Slaven has hit an astonishing hat-trick. The first half, 36 minutes old, it's 3-1, all of them from Bernie Slaven. Well, Coventry showing here that getting the first goal in the game isn't always an advantage. Middlesbrough have come back in tremendous style, but there's a slip by Parkinson, and Regis has wasted the opening that was given to him. Bannister. Regis wanted to take it down. And Pallister trying to play from the back, but not too successfully. Bannister whips in another cross. Speedy! Good work by Pears. Speedy again. He's so dangerous coming from this slightly deeper role. But Stephen Pears protected this two-goal cushion for Middlesbrough from an Another climbing header by Speedy. Kerr. Well, that really reflected the confidence of Bruce Rioch's bright young side. Ripley. And there's another one! It's Burke! Coventry look in disbelief. Mark Burke, no stranger here in the Midlands after starting his career with Aston Villa. And Ripley found him coming in, unmarked. The finish was true, 4-1. Middlesbrough giving plenty of evidence that they're not settling for 4. Regis. Downs. Well, what can Smith do here for Coventry? Well, quite a lot is the answer. They're filling the centre now. There's Speedy! It's the same pairing that produced the opening goal, which seems such a long time ago. But the trickery of Smith, past Parkinson, then past Kerr, and a deep cross, plotted well by Speedy again. That's his second and Coventry's second. And Kerr using the back heel with great aplomb in this match. Ripley. Kerr. Now Slaven. And this is Brennan, took it early. Grizovic had to throw up an arm. And Mark Brennan got plenty behind that one. Ripley. Slaven peeling off to the left. And Ripley's found him. Burrows is the defender. Ripley has the chance. And Grizovic needed all the length at the end of his dive to stop Middlesbrough collecting a 5th. They've gone inside that far post. Coventry have got to gamble here. Speedy. Gin. Speedy's there, has the ball now, and he wants to get it to Smith. You could understand that, but Parkinson prevents the cross this time, though at the cost of a corner. Well, if Speedy is picked up, maybe there'll be room for other Coventry players like Regis. There was Speedy going for it. It's retrieved by Gin. Regis has got there. Here's Peak. They've appealed for a penalty. Smith plays on, and David Speedy is the second player in the game to collect a hat-trick. And Speedy's all with headers and all from crosses by Smith. What a tremendous match. It's 4-3 now. It wasn't really a case for a penalty, but there was a third for Coventry from Speedy's head. Regis gets it half away. Hamilton can shoot from distance, and Coventry were well aware of that. Downs, a storming finish made possible by Coventry's attempted comeback, which isn't completed yet, but they've still got hope. But meanwhile they must face a free kick, and Brennan shots. Well, this is one match you don't want to end. Great entertainment. Brennan warming the hands of the goalkeeper. Burrows. Playing it forward early again, and finding his target was Regis. Speedy sweeping it wide to Smith. Down's gone on the overlap. Regis, that's a good turn. And Middlesbrough scrambling the ball for some sort of safety. These are long minutes for Bruce Rioch's team. Smith. All the supplies coming from him. Regis was well policed that time. Well, the Coventry fans roaring their team forward. Sedgley. Peak. Middlesbrough pulled everyone back. Touched off by Bannister. Here's Gin. And Pez will haul it in to roars of relief from the Middlesbrough fans. And Middlesbrough have won a thriller by 4 goals to 3.
Hamilton battling away with Dickens, and Hamilton's won it too. He's got Slavin in some space to his left. Here is Bernie Slavin. Hamilton again. And here's Burke. Good strike and a very good save. Pallister striding elegantly forward, and Borough come again. Here is Slavin. Pallister's gone on square of him. Pallister! McKnight beaten this time. Two splendid wins. Borough on their way, and Peter Davenport comes in from Manchester United to strengthen the squad at £750,000. It's a Borough record. Happy days, and here's a third straight win against Luton.
Came off Pallister, Slavin! 4 minutes gone, and Middlesbrough have roared into the lead. It's good running by Hamilton. Kerr is there in support, but he looks into the centre to Ripley. Slips Foster easily. Hamilton hit it too well, and Rob Johnson got in the way. Harford! That would have gone just inside the post. Ripley had to drop back to help the defending at the corner, but he's not just settling for defending. And Middlesbrough might be able to break here. Hamilton, Slavin's gone ahead of him. And Colin Cooper has galloped up in support. Cooper! They've swept the length of the field. Cooper. Some determined play in what's looking more and more like a losing cause for Luton by Ricky Hill. And this is the substitute, Wegerle. Well, there was some contact with Pallister, and the referee's pointed for a penalty. The foul on Wegerle. Danny Wilson, 2-1, still 4 minutes left.
This is more like it. Borough shoot up from the bottom of the table. Now they're 9th and only 7 points off the top. It's time to take on Newcastle, a test of local pride.
Cornwell can play it in. Now Mirandinha facing the goal too. O'Neill! That's an own goal off Gary Pallister. It's Mirandinha who'll hit it! 2-0. Mirandinha. And Middlesbrough unable to rein him in now. He's going to get his second, and Newcastle's third.
That 3-goal defeat starts a pattern for Borough. They win at home, but the away games at Liverpool and Arsenal also end up 0-3. A 4-game sequence coming up then, starting against another new First Division team, Millwall.
Burke, a lot of red Middlesbrough jerseys forward here. Inside the Millwall half, he finds Slaven. And a great left foot shot by Benny Slaven. Middlesbrough take the lead with only 2 minutes gone. Testing looking cross, it's got the Middlesbrough defence in trouble here. And the ball breaks in. Sheringham with a great reaction. That's 1-1. Pressing forward as ever. Riley finding doors. Cascarino, the little turn, and it comes back to Cascarino. Yes! 2-1 to Millwall. What a comeback. Burke. There's Ripley, and he's beaten McCleary. And a fine shot. 2-2, Stuart Ripley. Another Middlesbrough corner then. Millwall really under pressure here. They just can't get it clear. And there's Burke! And Middlesbrough are back in front, 3-2. Middlesbrough going for what they know would be the winning goal. And here's Burke, who really has been Millwall's tormentor here today. McCleary facing him. And was that a trip? Yes! The referee has given the penalty. Gary Parkinson can make the point safe for Middlesbrough, and has done so. It's Middlesbrough 4, Millwall 2.
Liverpool looking more like their formidable selves. And Ian Rush's first goal at Anfield since his return from Italy, a symbol of the Red Revival. It came right on half-time, his 4th in his last 6 matches. And as Rush comes good, so too do Liverpool. Kenny Dalglish has reverted to playing John Aldridge alongside Rush, and having 2 natural goal scorers paid off 14 minutes from time. Rush unable to turn in a John Barnes cross, but Aldridge was there. Like his illustrious partner, scoring at home for the first time this season. Middlesbrough well beaten, and not the ideal fixture for Peter Davenport to impress his new club after his £700,000 move from Manchester United. 3-0, 7 minutes from time, Peter Beardsley confirming Liverpool's superiority. Look out, Norwich City, the champions are chasing you.
Rangers, who'd lost only 1 in their last 6 games, confident of improving on that run at Ayresome Park. Trevor Francis on the ball here, bundled over, it would appear, by Mark Brennan, but play waved on. Francis furious about the decision, Brennan somewhat surprised, and Borough made things worse, storming downfield to score. Fullback Parkinson with the cross. Slavin is blocked, but the ball running nicely for Brennan, who drills the opener. Rangers with good reason to feel aggrieved. Late on, and Queen's Park Rangers still pressing for the equaliser. Again Francis involved, and watch out for a delightful acrobatic volley from Mark Falco. Stephen Pears denying him, and the points stay on Teesside.
Arsenal at home to Middlesbrough. Arsenal including 5 players who'd represented England in Saudi Arabia only 3 days earlier. One of whom, Brian Marwood, delivered the corner, from which Paul Merson gave Arsenal the lead after 27 minutes. Merson was relegated to substitute at Newcastle, determined to make the most of another chance in the starting lineup. The young Middlesbrough side, as expected, found Arsenal a handful. The Gunners on their way to extending their unbeaten run to 7 league games. Marwood just off target this time. But a 6th win in those 7 matches was virtually assured 6 minutes into the second half. Merson with his 2nd goal at the 2nd attempt. If Middlesbrough were going to recover, they needed something here. Peter Davenport running at the heart of the Arsenal defence. A good strike, but John Lukic responding with an excellent save. Arsenal so difficult to combat at set pieces. Merson on a hat-trick, remember, and so close to achieving it. This, incidentally, the 8th game of regular midfield man Paul Davis's 9-match suspension. But Kevin Richardson has been a very capable deputy, and he was denied a goal only by the crossbar. Still 2-0, still the 20-year-old Merson chasing his 3rd goal of the game. But Steve Pears in the Middlesbrough goal keeping him at bay. But there was one more goal to come, a breathtaking one too. David Rocastle in the very last minute taking on Middlesbrough single-handedly and rewarded with his 3rd goal of the season. Arsenal, very good value for another 3 points.
Despite their setbacks away, Middlesbrough are very creditable 8th at this stage of the season and certainly making their presence felt in the First Division. Norwich City still lead the way with 28 points. The next win will be quite a long time coming though. There are thrilling draws against Forest and Aston Villa coming up after a home defeat by Sheffield Wednesday.
Worthington surveys his options and chooses Sterling. Straightforward training ground goal, 1-0. Hamilton's throw to Glover. Hamilton again. And Bernie Slaven hits the crossbar. Pallister there with a header. Good flip over by Turner.
Forest still finding it heavy going against the club. Brian Clough graced as a player, and Chettle's given it straight to Mark Brennan, and they punish the mistake. Foster. Forest trying to retaliate, having conceded a really sloppy goal. Now Carr. Chapman's going to the near post. Chapman! Well, there was talk about him being dropped for this game, but he stayed in the side, and he's got a goal. Pearce. Carr. Pearce goes on, and the left back cropping up on the right-hand side, and Chapman! 2 in a minute. Forest just 5 minutes away from what would be only their 2nd home win in the league this season. Here's Davenport. And Ripley! 2-2! Andy Gray, who's got acceleration and is showing it here, and the power in his shot as well. Aston Villa have broken away to score. Parkinson looking to ignite a comeback here. A huge throw. Davenport. It's Parkinson again. Glover at the far post. Oh, and off the line by Gage. Brilliantly. Gray. McInally wants it played early, and Gray has slipped it through to him perfectly. McInally again! It's 2 for Villa. Brennan. Middlesbrough showing a lot of character here. Mowbray. Glover. Brennan going in and going on. A goal back for Middlesbrough from Mark Brennan. Mowbray, Hamilton, and the second header is a scoring header. And Middlesbrough have fought to get level with 4 minutes into the second half. Birch. McInally. And that's Platt. The goalkeeper's lost it, Parkinson. Oh, and Platt put it against his own player, Tony Daly. What an amazing episode. Cooper. And Keown has pulled him back. Peter Davenport. It's a red card. Martin Keown is sent off. free kick put to real purpose. A glorious comeback by Middlesbrough. The Ayresome Park crowd revelling in the return of First Division football here this season. What entertainment they've had in this match after a terrible start from their viewpoint. Here's Davenport. And Slaven is offside. The flag is up. But McInally, still McInally. The 10 men have levelled it again at 3-3.
By way of a change, it's the CMOD Cup and a first round win over Oldham Athletic. Glover's penalty doing the trick. In the second round, Portsmouth are beaten 2-1, another Glover penalty and a goal from Slavin. But the Christmas period brings no cheer. Charlton, Everton and Norwich all get something out of Borough. Charlton first.
Typically determined work by Gary Hamilton for Middlesbrough. This is Peter Davenport. Bernie Slaven in the centre did everything right until it came to the shot. And in the end it was a story of missed chances by the two number 7s because Campbell got away again. He couldn't finish. 0-0 at Ayresome Park. On to Goodison Park. It hasn't been a vintage season for Everton, but they're still in the hunt in this Open Championship race. And a tremendous start, a superb third-minute goal by England midfield man Trevor Stephen. Stephen playing as a striker against Middlesbrough with Graham Sharp injured. But Middlesbrough were quickly level when Stuart Ripley was brought down by Pat van den Hauwe. The penalty rifled past Neville Southall by Dean Glover. Everton, though, came up with a winner before half-time. A clever move, too. Ian Snowden crossing from the right into the near-post area. Tony Cottee pouncing, his 12th of the season.
Here's Hamilton, off the line. Norwich survived by the skin of their teeth. Well, it's a mistake by Linnigan. Here's Davenport, still Davenport. Now can he get a cross in? Slavin, off the line again, this time by Bowen. At the end of the year, Middlesbrough are moving the wrong way again, down to 15th and only 5 points above the danger line. West Ham and Newcastle are already settled there. Could the Barrows start the new year in a brighter style? Manchester United are the visitors, fresh from a great win over Liverpool.
But 24 hours later, Manchester United had to play again and came down to earth with a bump at Middlesbrough. The defeat the more painful because Peter Davenport chose this match against the club he left 2 months earlier to finally score his first goal for Middlesbrough in his 12th game for his new club.
The euphoria of that result soon turns to disappointment in the FA Cup. A shock 2-1 home defeat to Grimsby, who are struggling in the 4th division. Slavin's goal the only bright spot. The CMOD Cup run goes on with a 1-0 win over Coventry and another Davenport goal. But in the 4th round, there'll be yet another home defeat to opposition from a lower division. This time Crystal Palace win 3-2. Slavin and Cooper the goal scorers. But at Southampton, there's a second successive league win. His marker, and Southampton are in front. Here's Kerr. Oh, that's a tremendous strike. It's been a long time coming, but no more than Middlesbrough deserve. 1-1. Might come for Slavin. The angle's tight, but he somehow squeezed that in. And Burridge is furious. Wallace getting back at him, but Burke goes on, the substitute, and he's found himself a shooting chance. And another tremendous goal. Then the winter wobbles set in. The next 11 games fail to bring a win. there are only 6 points out of a possible 33. The first 4 games in that sequence coming up: Tottenham, Coventry, Luton and Millwall. It's Spurs first.
Gascoigne, and that's a rather sloppy ball played across the face of his own defenders, and it's Cooper who won it and scores a great goal for Middlesbrough, but a bad one from the Tottenham viewpoint. Waddle's corner, helped on by Howells. This is Stewart who beat the goalkeeper in the air. Stewart! Well, a goal either side of half-time from Paul Stewart. Tottenham lead 2-1. Can Spurs hang on here? Parkinson. Davenport trying to wriggle away through, and Ripley couldn't miss from there. The match came alive 10 minutes before half-time with an excellent Coventry goal. The real creativity coming from left winger David Smith. An inspired run, and Cyril Regis there in the middle to round it off with an emphatic header. But Coventry were then caught out by their own delaying tactics as they tried to safely preserve their lead to half-time. In time added on, Bernie Slaven equalised. Slaven, who scored a hat-trick in Middlesbrough's 4-3 win at Coventry in October. Middlesbrough full of fine youngsters maturing in the First Division, and they nearly snatched the winner here. Coventry caught napping, Slaven stealing in, but not stealing the 3 points. Middlesbrough won, Coventry won.
Middlesbrough were the visitors at Luton, almost opened up by Danny Wilson, but keeper Kevin Poole equal to the drive. Luton, Littlewood's Cup semi-finalists of course, didn't have long to wait for the goal. From the resulting corner, skipper Steve Foster stretches and nods the game's only goal.
Cascarino and a lot of Millwall players lining up in the penalty area. One of them is Briley, and he scores to give Millwall the lead, 1-0. Callaghan's free kick curled in dangerously off the head of Mowbray. It's an own goal, and that surely means victory for Millwall now.
Not the ideal preparation for a derby match, but Newcastle it is. Mind you, they're struggling too.
Ripley told McCreary if he can get the cross in. It's one for Tommy Wright to watch all the way through. Brennan's there, so too was Ray Ransom. Hamilton's made himself available. Cooper, Ripley, and Slaven! And great stop by Wright, it was straight at him. And Slaven had the chance then to put Middlesbrough into the lead, and they well feel he should have done.
I think Bernie Slaven will be kicking himself over this one. The ball bounces exactly right for him, and this is a header that he should have directed down instead of which he directed it right at the goalkeeper. Loads of room to pick his spot and didn't do it.
Ripley turning McCreary well. It's a rather aimless sort of effort. Still Middlesbrough have got it, just. Kerr now looking to settle it down for Parkinson. Hendry is with him. Parkinson's cross, and Slaven! Well, it bounced around awkwardly in the middle of that box, and Slaven again found himself in a potential goal-scoring position. He is the man who seems to find the chances. Poofed away by Sansom. Ripley deep. Alistair and Slaven offside. Nothing wrong with the finish though. And again Slaven finds himself the man.
Nice little cross, this one in there. And when it gets knotted down here, Bernie Slavin hits us beautifully on the volley with his left foot. It should have been as positive in the finish he had earlier on in the game.
Ripley. Brennan with the throw. Taking his time. Sends some... That's a corner kick. Expect the big men to come forward for Middlesbrough. Alistair, just you can see them moving up towards the near post. Mowbray will be at the far post. Mowbray attacking it. And there's appeals there for handball, I think. Alistair was appealing to the referee, who is having none of it. Corner kick comes over. And there it was Scott, I think, who got a touch to it, but the referee said that was not intentional.
You can't really give handballs when there are so many players jumping for balls round like that. Kevin Scott was pushed into the ball rather than actually played it.
And here's O'Brien in a good position, and he's tucked it away, and Newcastle have taken the lead. O'Brien really finishes so calmly there.
Middlesbrough got caught very, very square here, and O'Brien made a good run through midfield. He should have been picked up by Mowbray a lot quicker than he was, and it was allowed much too much time to spend on the ball. Middlesbrough got what they deserved there. A goal against from very, very bad defensive play.
Half an hour gone, it's Middlesbrough 0 and Newcastle United 1. And it's Leo O'Brien, the man who struggled to make it today with a stomach upset, and he's certainly sickened Middlesbrough. His first goal, and what a well-taken one too. So the number 9 held up, Paul Kerr comes off, and Mark Burke comes on. And he's got just under half an hour to make an impression. Paul Kerr being replaced in midfield.
It's quite interesting to look at the Newcastle midfield today. Middlesbrough's best play is when they build it up fairly slowly, good one-touch passing across midfield. But Newcastle have never let them settle there and have come out and competed in midfield instead of sitting back and waiting, which is paying them dividends.
Now Brazil looking for Pingle. And Parkinson just about finding Poole. Now Burke's first touch. He's a player who definitely can create openings and can put them away himself. What can he do here from Middlesbrough? And Slaven scores, and Burke played his part. A perfect substitution for Middlesbrough. It's 1-1 now, and Mark Burke does the trick.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. That's the first time Mark Burke's come on the field. He got free on the right. He crossed a beautiful ball into the box. This is one of the hazards you have when you play a man-to-man marker, that somebody has been allowed to stand free. Glenn Roeder stood there with his arms in the air looking for an offside decision when he really should have picked up the player. And Newcastle got exactly what they deserved. The first bit of slack play they've had at the back, and it's cost them a goal.
18 minutes into the second half then, and now it's Middlesbrough 1, Newcastle 1, and Bernie Slaven, his 12th goal of the season. But Mark Burke, really, what a contribution coming off the bench. His first run, and a perfect cross to provide the equaliser. Roeder. Newcastle finishing with a flourish, or is it to be Middlesbrough? Davenport breaking now. Ripley's ahead of him. Burke has made a run. This is Mark Burke. Burke with a chance here, and fine save from Wright. And Burke really nearly did have a storybook contribution to this game. Came on to set up the equaliser, so nearly grabbed the winner as well.
It's a good build-up and a lovely ball to Burke. And a good shot. I think he might, if he had done it a bit quicker, taken the ball in maybe a yard or two more and committed the goalkeeper forward to him a little bit better.
Brennan with the corner. Away by Pingle. Ripley. And Wright did well to see that one and get down behind it. Ripley there on the edge of the 18-yard box, and his main objective was to keep the ball down.
he did very well here. You watch your shot. It comes through a tremendous amount of players here. And the goalkeeper did extremely well to see it. Look at that. It even took a ricochet. And it was going at great pace.
2 more home games to come. Liverpool, who by now are on a charge up the league, and Derby County. First, highlights of the Champions visit.
Ripley's got into the centre, that came off. Ableton was so close to being an own goal. And the wind playing tricks then. And it was just on Ablett a little quicker than he expected. Came off the back of the head and just past the post. And this is Brennan's view of the corner. And Grobbelaar's catch was full of authority. At this stage last season, Liverpool had won 19 and drawn the other 5 of their 24 games. Looking threatening with Beardsley, and he's threaded it in. After 19 minutes, Peter Beardsley suddenly found himself away through the centre. Pears came out, but the shot was very well angled just inside that far post. So Beardsley regaining some of his sharpness when it comes to tucking the ball away in front of goal. Ripley. This is more like it for Middlesbrough. But he was running into a very congested area with his head down. Houghton. It's an interesting pass and a very good one too. Beardsley taking on Mowbray, he slipped him. Beardsley! It's 2-0, followed in by Ray Houghton. "36 minutes gone. Liverpool's superiority being confirmed here at this stage of the game. Beardsley having scored the first, setting up the second. McMahon, taken from him by Kerr. There haven't been many victories in midfield in the tussles for Middlesbrough. It's been a rock-like performance in that quarter from Liverpool. But really the extra edge has come further forward from Beardsley. Nicol! Oh my word, it nearly went in. Houghton, and Pears finally gets a grasp on it. A touch of inspiration from Nicol in trying the shot to catch out the goalkeeper. He certainly did that. Hamilton. Nicol back defending. Brennan. Slaven. This is Parkinson. Middlesbrough do have a lot of players forward. But it's Liverpool's throw. Well, Steve Pears from Steve Nicol was in great difficulties. An instant shot from Nicol with the wind at his backs, and how Middlesbrough should have done more of that in the first half. And it was touched onto the post by Pears after the fumble, and then he clutched it from Houghton. There just seems to be no way through for them. You can't say the same though about Liverpool, who have been carving out chances at will. And this is one for Aldridge that he has taken, just. So he extends this remarkable run, scoring in a 7th consecutive game for Liverpool. It looked as though he had too much time, as Whelan played him through superbly. Pears held him up, blocked it the first time, and off the post, and in fact in off Parkinson in the end. Ripley, Ablett, getting the ball with the shoulder. Ripley. Oh, and Gillespie decided not to go for it, inviting Grobbelaar to make the move. He was just a little late to accept the invitation, but he arrived in time. Nasty ball in for the goalkeeper to deal with. Barnes. Aldridge reversed it beautifully for Steve McMahon. 4-0. It's becoming something of a rout. It doesn't flatter Liverpool. They're worth the margin by which they lead. And who says that Aldridge is just a goal scorer? That was a terrific ball through. And McMahon bided his time and then planted it past Pears. In with the signal. My word, it's a goal straight from a corner, and it's come from Ted McMahon to the embarrassment of Stephen Pears, who could only help it into the net. Ripley, it's a sharp turn, a sharp shot. Cooper, who's cracked some beauties this season. Shilton has lost it, and it's Bernie Slaven who couldn't profit from the England goalkeeper's fumble, and Shilton, who sets such high standards, is furious with himself. Derby hanging on rather at the moment. Hamilton!
Results going from bad to worse. Mark Proctor is brought in from Sheffield Wednesday for £300,000. At Wimbledon, he makes his first appearance in a Borough shirt for 7 years.
Slaven! Well, Wimbledon hesitated, but Bernie Slaven didn't. Joseph. Jones gets to it first. Jones again, and well saved by Pears. Jones making a nuisance of himself, and it's gone in, and I think John Scales has claimed it. Miller took it early, and very nearly perfectly. Fashanu headed wide the rebound. Jones, oh, they've been so close several times.
One thing's for sure, there's always excitement watching Borough, even if they don't always win. The next 2 home games against Everton and Southampton produce 3-all draws. It's a popular score at Ayresome Park, but there's a defeat at Charlton in between.
Gary Gill storming through the centre. Well, Gill deserved the goal, but Slaven's got it. Away by Pallister. Everton keeping the pressure on though, and that's a good turn by Nevin, and first on hand, Tony Cottee. Stephen, and Parkinson hesitated, and Middlesbrough have lost the goal to Kevin Sheedy. Davenport. Well, it looked to me as though Neil Poynton played the ball, but it's a penalty. 2-2, Parkinson. Poynton. And Nevin sneaked in to great effect for Everton. Davenport! 3-3.
Well, Middlesbrough started their season in the First Division with so much hope, but they really can't afford to lose again here today. Here's Humphrey. He's had 2 goes in this move already. This is ping-pong defence. Oh, handball there, not given. Here's Humphrey again, and he scored! Now there's a rare occurrence. That's only the 6th goal of a career that started in 1980. Williams. Lee's cross. Mortimer. 2-0. Mortimer, 20 minutes to go.
Proctor to take the corner. Slaven hit the post and stayed out. Cooper and Bernie Slaven did very well to keep the ball in play. Southampton appeal a second time, but again the flag stayed down. Here's Burke. My word! Gary Hamilton. Mowbray in trouble, and Rob Willis has reached it, and Southampton are level. Will it be Case? No, it's Ruddock. Off the wall, it's crept in, and Neil Ruddock, who won the points against Newcastle with that dramatic penalty, has another goal he'll claim here. Southampton very much in a hurry. Cockerell, Ruddock! It's all going their way, 3-1, and 2 of them to Ruddock. There have been some great recoveries at Ayresome Park this season. Slaven may well have started another one. Ripley. Well, they can't stop him getting in the cross. Here's Burke. Brilliantly stopped by Burridge. Southampton on the retreat again. Burridge hesitated this time, and it's Mark Burke who scored in the win at the Dell, and he's the saviour here.
That's the situation with 6 games to go. Borough know by now that they'll be in the relegation fight all the way. West Ham look doomed, but you can choose any permutation from the rest. Without a win now for 11 games, can they break out of the rut at West Ham? It's a game they mustn't lose. That'll be followed by Queen's Park Rangers.
McAvenny just hasn't run for him since he's come back to West Ham. But here's Keane with McAvenny's help, and he scored a fine goal. Mark Burke, who's seen a lot of the ball in the second half. Pallister's right in there, and so too is Slaven, and West Ham have lost the lead. Pallister, Slaven! That's incredible and heartbreaking for the Hammers.
Middlesbrough back in numbers. Dennis with the free kick. Plenty to aim at. Well, that's got Poole in some sort of trouble. I'm not quite sure Dennis meant it, but Poole forced him to a very good save. Here's Ripley. Still Ripley. It might come for Proctor. Oh, just past the post, and he knows perhaps he should have done better. Parker. Here's Sinton. Falco. Well, he wasn't too far away. Worth a try. Mark Falco. Ripley. And again. Good stop. Kernahan. Well, somehow they kept him out. Here's the substitute, Mark Steen. Oh, it bounced awkwardly right in front of the keeper. hit the post and went away to safety. Those 4 points very useful indeed, and with 4 games left, it looks as though Borough will ease themselves out of trouble. But Borough have been inconsistent, and you can never tell. Brilliant attacking, but not enough games won to be absolutely sure of survival. Sure enough, against Forest and Villa, the old patterns are repeated.
Middlesbrough's recent revival produced a more relaxed approach when the game got underway. Stuart Ripley found Forest unusually lax at the back, 1-0 to Middlesbrough, 21 minutes gone. But Nigel Clough turned things around on the ground where his father Brian made his name as a player. Clough's cross shot flicked in by Neil Webb, and Middlesbrough's lead had lasted for just 3 minutes. "13 minutes later, Clough showed strength as well as skill, and this time it was Lee Chapman who made the most of the chance. So 2-1 to Forest, and that's the way it stayed until half-time. Nigel Clough showed again in the second half why he's been called into the England squad. But Clough was unlucky here. Middlesbrough looked to freshen their mix with a former England player, Peter Davenport, at a stage in the game when the next goal was crucial. But it came from Forest 16 minutes from time. A fortunate one too. Brian Laws, who was signed from Middlesbrough, missed kicking, but Gary Parker turned it into a goal, 3-1 to Forest. In the next minute, another Forest goal in similar style, scored by Chapman, his second of this game, to add to the 2 he grabbed against Middlesbrough at the City Ground. Substitute Steve Chettle with the attempted shot this time, Chapman reacting with a striker's instinct. Middlesbrough have been involved in some splendid fightbacks this season, and Bernie Slaven raised hopes of another remarkable recovery here. 4-2 now, but only 8 minutes left. There was time for one more goal, but not 2. Davenport, who's not been at his sharpest since his move from Manchester United, hit this one well enough, but it couldn't stop Nottingham Forest returning to action with a win.
At Villa Park, both Aston Villa and Middlesbrough knew that victory would virtually guarantee their safety. The match played at a frantic pace, few quicker than Tony Daly, and a glorious-looking cross at the end of that run, but sadly for Villa, nobody on the end of it. The pressure of the occasion led to some scrappy moments, but Graham Taylor's side had the better of it for the most part, but ran up either against Kevin Poole in the Middlesbrough goal or the woodwork. Alan McAnally frustrated on that occasion. Into the second half now, and Middlesbrough also hit the woodwork at that same end. Pallister's flick, Bernie Slaven's header. The crucial difference, Peter Davenport is on hand to turn the ball in. Only Davenport's 5th goal since joining Borough, but 2 in the last 2 games that have been priceless. Villa up against it now, and as yet there's no way past Poole, who was once on Aston Villa's books. Nigel Callaghan's cracking drive turned away in spectacular fashion by the keeper. Into the last minute now, Villa staring defeat squarely in the face, but refusing to panic to their credit. Callaghan floating in an inviting cross, and Stuart Gray, arriving late, gets above everybody to score a goal that keeps Villa clear of the scramble at the bottom. Middlesbrough disappointed to let the win go, but the point useful to them too. 1-1. Borough have just 2 games left, and it's tightening up at the bottom. Everybody beneath them has at least a game in hand. So what a game it'll be against Arsenal. Borough must win, so too must the Gunners as they continue to chase the title.
O'Leary with the free kick. Oh, Rocastle almost in there. Merson shot, beautifully saved by Poole. Struck that really well, and the keeper very well indeed behind that one. It'll give Arsenal a bit of encouragement though, but Pallister's up there for Middlesbrough. Here's Proctor. Davenport picks this one up. Ripley takes it on. And Arsenal get a throw. Bruce Rioch is the manager here, with his right-hand man, former England defender and Derby County. I'm sure you recognise him, Colin Todd. Richardson. Oh, Castle's in there, the angle is sharp, the possibilities are there. Dixon may hit one through there, brilliantly saved by Poole. Dixon holds his head because he thought that was going for sure into the far corner, until suddenly the flying figure of Kevin Poole came to Middlesbrough's rescue. Now Slavin. Two excellent saves Poole has already made in this game for Middlesbrough. Up goes Bold. Another Arsenal player down. This time it's Kevin Richardson. But a great save by Kevin Poole from Lee Dixon. All is played back there. Suddenly it comes out here to Dixon, who's only scored once this season and thought that was number 2 until Kevin Poole made his point. O'Leary's header, Burke returning it. Bold getting it away. Pallister now being charged at by Smith, and Smith doing well there. Merson with the shot again, Poole equal to it. Great bit of striking by Merson, and some very good unselfish work by Alan Smith. Took that well, Smith. There he is, laying it nicely into the path of Merson. A real strong first-time shot. Certainly is a very special atmosphere here this afternoon. I hope you're enjoying it. Thomas slips. Slavin couldn't gather it. Dixon gets it back. It's warm work for everybody. Adams for Arsenal. Mowbray cruising across there to take possession. A delicate little chip pass there to Davenport, and now for Slavin. Now Bernie Slavin. Good save by Lukic. The first time really that Lukic has been brought into serious action. Inevitably it's Bernie Slavin who produced the shot. A good piece of work by the big Arsenal goalkeeper. Listen to those Middlesbrough fans getting behind their team again, knowing that a goal now might mean First Division salvation. Gary Parkinson with the free kick. Plenty of red shirts in and around that Arsenal penalty area. Pallister's in there with a header. Dixon getting it away. The flag being waved again below us. There's an offside and a free kick. Smith's header, Hayes going in! Martin Hayes! A goal out of nothing for Arsenal, from one length of the field to the other. And a crucial breakthrough by the Arsenal substitute. From one end of the field to the other, the mighty kick by Lukic, flicked on by Alan Smith. Hayes appearing, getting there just before Poole, and a priceless goal for Arsenal, and a real hammer blow for Middlesbrough. Well, it was certainly an inspired substitution by Arsenal manager George Graham, bringing on Martin Hayes. Within 5 minutes he'd scored this goal. A massive kick out by John Lukic, the goalkeeper. You would have thought at this point not a lot of trouble with Pallister and Mowbray at the back there, but Smith won that vital header, and suddenly there's Martin Hayes, the substitute, rifling it past the goalkeeper as he came out, and Arsenal are in the lead. Ripley injured in that challenge with Dixon. Ripley going in, and again no blame attaches itself to the Arsenal player. Parkinson gets it back to Poole. Barham now. It should be Lukic's, but he's lost it! And Davenport seems so close to hooking it in. The first semblance of a mistake there by the Arsenal goalkeeper. Really didn't begin to gather that properly. Could have been a costly and embarrassing mistake for Lukic. Smith. And now Rocastle going through them all. Stopped in the end though. Smith following it in, and it's a free kick. Parkinson in the nick of time there for Middlesbrough. There's the final whistle. It's a priceless victory for Arsenal. It's a crushing blow for Middlesbrough. They must wait and wonder about their first division future. But Martin Hayes, an inspired substitution by manager George Graham, scores the decisive goal after 69 minutes. The final score then here at Ayresome Park is Middlesbrough 0, Arsenal 1. To celebrate, they feel that the Football League Championship is just that little bit closer to coming to Highbury. The final score then here at Ayresome Park is Middlesbrough 0, Arsenal 1.
That defeat leaves Borough staring relegation in the face. They're running out of games, and the last one is going to be the decider. It's away to Sheffield Wednesday. Borough must win to stay up, but equally, victory for Wednesday will ensure their survival.
Wednesday clear the danger this time and find Bennett. Now Barrick has got some room to work in here. He's delivered the cross early. Palmer, Bennett pulling out to the right. Owen is the defender. And Bennett gets a cross in. Hurst! Well, this match has all the feelings of a cup tie, and really even more immediacy. Middlesbrough have to win, there are no replays for them. And Wednesday, after that terrible disappointment here against West Ham, will want to get their act back together very quickly. They've still got Norwich City to come here, of course. This is Davenport for Middlesbrough. And Dean Barrick, who's probably had more first-team games than he would have expected over the latter half of the season. He's back there helping out and kept his hand away from the ball too. Darren Wood's long pass. It's skipped on to the goalkeeper away from Witten. And every time the ball gets close to goal, there's a real roar of hope from the Hillsborough fans. No joy for them this time. Slaven's header. Proctor. The whistle is gone. And Benny Slaven knew that. Mark Proctor, one wanting particularly to do well against the club he left. Palmer didn't get it too far. Came to Kerr, and now Bennett for Sheffield Wednesday. Kerr half blocked it. On the bounce, has skipped through to David Hurst. He rather sliced it across goal. It's still in play with Dean Barrick. Hurst again. Barrick going hunting the ball once more. And here's Harper. Palmer. Good pressure now from Sheffield Wednesday. Proctor halting that attempt by Palmer to get round the back. And Middlesbrough looking for a way forward now. Owen. Kerr. Davenport has stolen a yard on Pearson. Covering in the centre. And he might need to here. The goalkeeper got a hand to it. And Mark Burke shows his disappointment. It was perhaps a little bit more than half a chance. Set up by Davenport. He got the better of Pearson. Chris Turner stuck out an arm there. And if Burke could have threaded it in by the near post, it would have been joy for Middlesbrough. But at the other end, David Hurst had an opening here, and in wanting to use his left foot rather than his right, he lost the chance. Slaven. Proctor trying to get to his feet while Slaven was weaving past him. Moen. Down from Davenport. Slaven. Davenport on the outside. But it was a tame finish. Really that Peter Davenport played a major part in with that first header. That's the tension in the shooting. It was scuffed wide. Hurst, who was much admired by other First Division managers, and Bennett. Moen had tracked him through the centre. Sheffield Wednesday have a corner. Harper chugging across to take it. What a difference a goal would make. Oh, well, that was skimming through the back from Hurst's volley. And Middlesbrough rode their luck then. David Hurst doing a lot of work outside the penalty area. Bennett. Palmer. Middlesbrough must have thought they'd cleared the danger here, but David Hurst really connected, and a body fell in the way. It was Peter Davenport. Kerr. Moen. Middlesbrough have got to open the game out. A draw is no good to them. Slaven, who scored so many spectacular goals this season, so too has Hamilton. But not this time. Gary Hamilton taking it on the volley. Bennett squeezing the pass away to Whitten, and he in turn. It's Palmer breaking through the centre, and he became the filling in the sandwich, but there's no penalty, not even an indirect free kick. To the relief of Middlesbrough and the frustration of Sheffield Wednesday. Here's Harper. Bennett. It was an awkward one for Hurst, but the control was superb. Oh, and it nearly beamed inside that far post. They're appealing for a corner, Sheffield Wednesday, and they've got it. And David Hurst with the original cross shot here. Poole pushed it out, and Kernigan couldn't prevent it crossing the line. Wednesday bearing down on the Kop end again. his header out. Palmer. Proctor. One of the players that the club have let go against Carlton Palmer, one of the Ron Atkinson signings. A duel that produces another corner to Sheffield Wednesday. So many years in the wilderness. They nearly dropped into the 4th division, remember. They're proud of their 1st division status back again, and they don't want to lose it in this end of season decline. Still 0-0. We're coming to the halfway mark in the second half. Barrick with another corner. This time it's Kernigan who gets to it for Middlesbrough. There's not a room to swing a cat in that near post area, with Wednesday having this succession of set plays here. A little deeper this time, and it's a corner again. Again the left foot, again it's swerving in, and it's Whitton! A crucial goal for Sheffield Wednesday. Delight mixed with relief for the Wednesday fans. This is a terrible moment for Middlesbrough. Kernigan. Back for Hamilton. Barrick try and prevent the cross, and they've done just that. And there is the final whistle. Middlesbrough are relegated, but Sheffield Wednesday can celebrate.
And there's the confirmation. Final league placing 18th, 39 points from 38 games, not enough. Borough down after 1 season in the 1st division. The leading goal scorers: Bernie Slavin with 18, Mark Burke with 5, Peter Davenport, a big money signing, with only 5, and Stuart Ripley with 4. We leave you with Borough's trademark, their long-range shooting.